All right. Transparency in the chair, let me tell you, has nothing to do with hair, but stories that derive from the chair.
My name is Rae. My co-pilot is Kay. We are two hairstylists with over 50 years of combined industry experience, ownership, platform artistry, salon education, and mentorship. We are both two sages that have stories to tell.
All right, and you know how juicy it can get. It could be any chair. Think about any chair that you sit on. There's a story in the chair.
With authentic and transparent moments, we are bringing you the juice to you, along with our perspectives, of course.
This is what we're bringing to you every week with confidence and knowledge and nuggets that you will leave this podcast with so much inner feelingness, so much knowledge, so much power, empowerment. So tune in every week and we're going to drop the nuggets on you with special guests from time to time. So don't miss out. Join in to Transparency in the Chair.
Honestly, I went through a really scandalous type of breakup.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it was scandalous.
Right?
Grab your drink.
Wait a minute.
Right. Yeah, I had met this guy on social media. We were dating for almost a year, and he lived in another state. He lived in another state.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. How about that?
Change the name.
I ain't gonna say it.
Protect the people.
Was he real?
He was real.
He was real.
I seen him.
I was just making sure you weren't a catfisher.
Right.
See him. He came to see me. He came to see me first, and then I went to see him. And make a long story short, he ended up getting married and didn't tell me about it. So I was like, at that point, I was like, I'm done. Yeah. I'm finna close out this year. This was last year. I was like, I'm close out this year. I'm just gonna do me. I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I just told God, I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not picking right. So I'm just gonna I want you to take my heart, and you can have it. First, I want you to start fixing it.
That's a good one.
I want you to start molding it, and I want you to get it ready for whomever you want it to. And when I meet somebody else, I will know because you would have put that particular feeling back into me.
Did you go to therapy?
Yeah, I went to therapy. I was still in therapy. I've been in therapy since, 10 years now?
Period.
Wow.
Yeah. But, so I just went out with a girlfriend. She was like, girl, come on, let's go. I was like, no, I don't want to go nowhere.
Right.
She's like, come on, girl, come on, you need to get out the house. And we went to a neighborhood place. And I don't really like neighborhood places. But I went with her. And
Wait, a hole in the wall?
Yeah, like a hole in the wall. As soon as I walked in the door, he was sitting on the back of the club. And I was looking, I was like, okay, well, go to the bar, get my stuff. He came up to me and he asked me, he said, hey, do you need something? I can get what you need, cups, ice, whatever. I was like,
excuse me? Okay. Like, what is this?
My point in saying that was I didn't go looking.
Hello.
I really did not go looking. God just put this man. What was the guy in the club? But anyway, the point is,
She said, was it the guy at the club? Was God there?
Hey.
Don't discount that.
He's everywhere.
Don't discount that.
Right.
yeah.
I work in an industry where I interview women who want to become like surrogates, right? And sometimes I do interviews about their life, like what they do is like how they met their spouse. And it is profound how many people either find them in the club, have found them online, and they are doing incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just saying,
their marriage life.
No desire to meet nobody.
Right.
And when I tell you no,
Done.
I mean none.
Done.
I had already
Done.
picked
Shout
out
out.
my stuff for the end of the year. I'm like, girl, you wearing leather on New
Okay.
Year's Eve.
Yeah.
You about to
Listen.
bang it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
buy yourself 25 gifts for Christmas. You do. I had it
Yeah.
all set. I was like, and I met him, and then my heart just kind of softened. And that's all I knew. I said, okay, let me give him a chance.
Right.
And the good thing about him at that point is he had to go off to work. So he went off to work, and he was gone for like 8 weeks or something. So we was just talking on the phone, just really getting to know each other. Like we was talking on the phone, FaceTime, whatever. And it was it's still cool. It's so amazing. But anyway, the point is, we talking about.
Yeah, I know, right?
But that's how,
so good.
That's how I started back dating.
Right.
Because of him. And I
So it
did
was
allow
scary?
time.
You were scared?
It wasn't that scary with him, I'm telling you.
Right.
It was
I
smooth.
really felt like God did this for me because there was some people before him, you know. I'm like,
Right.
Nope. Don't even.
So you
Please.
were more selective?
Yeah, and that's a trend I've noticed. That's a trend that I've noticed in the relationships that I have seen where there is just this comfort level. There's this level of like, oh, I'm good. I love that. Like,
You mean as far as like the women being comfortable in their own skin, or
both.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
And the woman.
Really?
Like what he
are-
said earlier.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
that's
said
true.
they're in the club. This is girls' night. Leave us alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
And,
we
then,
don't,
and I'm like, girl, you know, if you went with your
yeah, this girls' night. Don't come over here.
right.
But that's
I've never, you know, like I've never been to the club, and any of my homies have said that. I'm like, girl, you better. If they ask, you better. Go ahead and,
Okay, go get you a drink,
and
girl.
the number is get
She's
out
saying
here.
the number is.
Right. Because then you're going to be sitting there whining the next day.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm so lonely.
so
and
Or I
blah,
should've
blah,
said
blah, blah.
something.
Yeah.
Ain't no men out there.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Ain't none of them, girl. All of them ain't no good. They was out. They was at the club. They was in there. They was asking
Right.
questions.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
You said this girls' night.
Yeah,
That's what you said.
That's what you said.
yeah.
That's what you said.
God sent the boat and you sent the
Hit
other
the
one
boat,
up.
yeah. Said,
You
no, I'm
want
waiting
your
on
girls.
God.
And there's that
Right.
intention too. And I also want to point out that although I've been divorced for about 15 years now, and I'm still single. My last date was like 4 years ago, and my reasons for not
she liked
wanting
it,
to date right now is because I am purposeful in taking care of me right now, and I'm actually okay with that. I remember I had a friend of mine who was just adamant that she wants to focus on marriage and husband, and I'm like, okay, girl, this is you. This is
that's
lovely. That's what you want. And then I remember just thinking to myself, man, I am okay. I'm actually okay. But that
years,
took
though,
time. Yeah, it is. And I mean,
It's
a
been
lot
4
of,
years, she said.
yeah, but for me, it feels like when I say it out loud, I didn't realize it was 4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? But I don't realize
but
it's
that
4
means
years.
you're okay.
But then though, do you just get into this routine? You know what I'm saying? Because like 4 years by yourself, God did not design man to be alone. And so 4 years is a very long time just to be caught up in the sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then also, I mean, but you have to look at what that person is wanting, right? And for me, I am enjoying my singleness because of where I'm at with my career, with my children.
focusing on your
I'm being
career.
very focused right now. And so for
Okay.
me, it's not because I don't want to. So it's more just like I'm okay where I'm at.
And that's
Right.
cool.
That is cool.
That is so cool. And I think sometimes that might also, irritate men of today.
that
Oh,
can
you don't
be.
want me? You don't want
Yeah.
me? No, I don't.
Right. But I mean, no, seriously, but you could get in that little comfort zone. You know, and in the third chapter, you know,
Yeah.
you got to be careful with the comfort zone.
Yeah.
You know, because again, them kids going to grow up and they're going to be gone. And then you're going to be by yourself.
Can't wait.
So you kind of got to, you know what I'm saying? But you got to think about that, you know,
What is wrong with you?
before you know it. You know what I mean? No, but right,
love
you understand? I think for me, I'm just saying for me.
They will grow up and they'll be gone.
I don't want to be like,
Yeah.
you know, retirement. I'm gonna want a little sides, you know, somebody on thank God I'm married, but
that's also
I would
coming-
definitely want something
Yeah,
on the
and-
side to share my retirement so we can go
Yeah.
travel and do the things. Cause then my girlfriends might get on my nerves by then, cause I'm like, no, girl, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So you do want that
So
companionship.
you don't have an empty nest yet, then? Is that what you
no,
said?
he about to be.
Yeah.
He about to be 18.
I
But
cried.
you know what?
Mine.
I feel like my whole mothering on my one and done is like I've been an empty nester anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a mini version of myself.
So he's
I was
so
always
Independent.
self-sufficient, independent, and just how my mom said I was. She was like, I never worried about you because you always had a plan, even when you were little. Yeah. And so I know if you needed me, you would come to me. But other than that, I ain't worried about you. And so, I
he a
literally,
baby
as I
you.
reflect back, I was always like
Yeah.
and she would just let me too.
I
She already knew.
I feel like
Cause he over there feeling like college paper.
When
I'm
you
like,
do
he's
get
like,
the
yeah, mom.
emptiness,
I'm out
though.
here feeling. I said, feeling like what? I said, what you talking about, man? But why you
Need
up
to
there
fill out the
feeling like-
FAFSA?
Yeah, he's
Good.
like, you gotta be in before midnight. I said, what are
That's
you talking
right.
about,
That's
son?
what I'm talking about, Kane.
So yeah, I said, call your dad, godmother
No.
Kelly, because I don't know nothing about this thing.
Mackenzie.
Yeah, you know.
Where we at?
I'm just saying, you know, but I did say call your godmother, because, you know,
Yeah.
that ain't mama's.
I don't
The
need an
shade is
umbrella.
Yeah.
thick.
The
But
shade
yeah.
is here.
It's thick.
She's having a moment about her kid, y'all.
I think too. Well, with the
Leave that drink
twins, let
alone.
me see.
Yeah.
Because when the twins left and they went to college,
Because that's a whole nother thing.
they both.
We close.
Yeah, when they left, and then my son left. Yeah, I mean that was a part of me also finding out what I wanted to do. Yeah.
Right, because then
Because
now you're
now-
not, you're always a parent.
Yeah.
But then you're not an immediate parent anymore.
Right, right.
You know, and so finding, because I have to think about even me and my heart is always going to be golden.
Always.
Oh my God, we
But
gotta talk about this
however-
golden one. we
Yeah,
are gonna talk about this
I
golden
save the
one.
whales. I'm one of those people.
Yeah. She's gonna say
And
that.
so for me, now I've always been a very I wouldn't say nonchalant, but nonchalant in the fact of I'm not going to allow anything too much energy that's not going to make me better or more positive
That
or
part.
whatever.
That's actually a good way to
Like
look at it.
I just can't. That's just I'm like what? You still talking about
Right,
what?
right.
I just can't. It's like no. Why? Why should I do
I
that?
think it's a difference. You saying like you don't put the energy in it. I'm saying they disappear. You know,
yeah, I mean, it be gone. Like
So either way, the energy is gone.
Yeah.
it's gone. Like I literally wake up with a renewed mind every day. My husband like, you still mad at me? I'm like, wait, you mad? Oh, you know,
what happened?
like
Okay.
Dorian on the
Yeah,
like,
just-
oh,
yeah,
I'm so mad.
yeah.
I'm like, wait, what now?
What did
She's
you do?
like, remember yesterday? I was like,
Oh, I forgot about that. Boy,
yeah,
what
yeah.
else?
Yeah.
What, you
But
got
it's
some coffee?
actually a practice thing that today's a new day. Hey, you want to talk about it? Let's address it and let's move the hell on.
See, I can't do it.
I'm not one of those people
We
that
got
like,
I need
hold-
clarity. We got to
No,
discuss.
in the day,
what
we're
happened.
going to talk about it with the clarity.
Your mic, you gotta look.
We're going to talk about it.
She
And
gets
then-
it.
No, we're going to, I always get clarity.
So
I'm
you
all-
get clarity,
Yeah.
and then you get to go to
Yeah, I'm like, you good?
Okay.
I'm good. We good?
I don't know. I still
Yeah.
gotta be petty just a little bit. Just a
No,
little bit.
see, petty, to be petty for me takes too much energy.
It really don't take that much
But
energy for me.
I mean, I don't. But you know what I'm saying? Like I literally
it gives me energy.
Right.
Fills me up. It fills me.
The petty.
Right.
The petty is
No,
petty is there.
because my time is so little. It's very like
It fills my time. I love
right.
it.
I don't even have time to fill the time. You know what I'm saying? So
I make time for it. You know,
right, right. So, but then in turn, that's one of those things that you just have to. I'm like,
Relax,
is
relax.
this making me any money? Is this gonna change my life? Is this hindering me in any way? And if this notes of things, I'm just like,
I feel like if I feel good, it's gonna make me money.
yeah.
I mean,
But
hey,
seriously, huh?
nothing.
If I feel good, then I'll work good.
Yeah,
Then I'll make
work
money.
good, then make money.
And if I'm not
It
petty,
might make money. I
I'm
feel
not
good.
But I mean, all that is true. Facts.
Right.
You know, but I mean, it's
therapist over here like, girl.
I know, right?
Here's my
Oh, yep.
right,
Mental note.
right. You know,
Call me
but
girl.
yeah, but a lot of people, I feel like energy is so. I'm big on energy. Energy is so important in success, relationships, parenting, friendships, all the things.
Yeah.
If you are not in a positive manner at all times, you ever see the happy little people, and they get successful promotions, friendships. Everybody wants to be around them, especially in such a climate like this that people are very sad, anxiety, and all that. They want the golden hearts around because I'll be like, girl, please come on, let's go. You know. You gotta have it.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
honestly, there's studies that are showing that individuals or couples who share more positive reflections than negative are the most successful.
Yes.
Excuse me? No, I'm just playing.
Right. No, for real. I sent my husband this little Instagram thing. And then, it was a big line and he walking around like Scar, right?
Yeah.
And then so he said, look at my serious husband over there just looking at the world like it's about to fall over. And then it was like the little
The monkey or the
it was a little dog like what you call them things?
Pumbaa and Timon,
yeah.
dancing to my, and here I am with my lovely self about to go get on his nerves. And I'm like, so I said that to him. I said, that's me and you, babe.
Oh my God.
There's a balance.
And he probably said it is.
He said,
yeah.
And I be
all the
sitting
way.
over there like, why is he smiling?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
right? Yeah. But you got to think about where did that come from?
Okay.
I mean, you know,
you
'cause
mean
they-
my pettiness?
Yeah, like, you know, we're talking surface, but it comes, there's something underneath there. Why you're like that?
Okay, let me think.
Was it
You
dating?
ain't got to think that hard.
Look, was it dating?
It's on the surface.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why am I petty? I think it's just me. It's my character. You look up Katina, it's petty. You know.
Right. But
Katina
something
petty.
got Katina the petty, though.
No, I don't know.
'Cause we're not born
I
petty.
feel like
We're not.
I think for me, I'm such a giving person. Like I give a lot.
Right.
I love hard and I give. I hate when people. You know, I know people don't
Yeah.
like people to say love hard.
No, but
but I
that's real.
do. So if we break up,
You mad?
yeah, I'm mad.
Because you done did all that.
And you just cut him off.
It's better for me to do it that way because nothing's gonna be good that's gonna come out. So it's better for me to just do a clean break. I
Hold up, I gotta adjust my wig for
Right.
this one.
Okay.
Yes,
God,
so
dog.
I gotta ask you. I'm gonna ask you, Dr. Sam.
yeah, I got to do a clean break mentally. It's just better for me. It may not work for everybody else. Out of sight, out of mind. That's just better for me.
Right.
Me too.
Where did you see that?
Out of sight, out of mind.
Growing up, where did you see that? Who in
My
your
mom
family?
is like that.
Because I know you be.
Yeah, yeah. My mom is like that. She's and I was told also my dad was like that. But I used to have really bad anger issues. So it's either leave me alone. No, I'm just playing.
That part.
So I have to take a step back and kind of let them do them. Now maybe 5 years, 10 years down the line, I might see you and I could speak to you and stuff like that. But yeah, you got to give me a break. Like we can't be friends.
Yeah.
Not if you don't hurt me. No.
Yeah, and so that's the thing is that as we're talking about dating, like when we are in touch with what we are presenting to others or even with ourselves, and we can recognize that, how do we grow from that? Like, is it something like, hey, I'm cool with this, I'll stick with it, or is it something like, you know what, I want to kind of lean into that joy? How do I do that?
Right.
Right. So it is one of those things where did you get that from? Because like I know for you,
Tell me, doctor.
even culturally,
Right.
Yeah.
you grew up with a family that was very much bouncy.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
So that it automatically is a part of who you are.
Right.
And you could easily be like, oh, there's just too much of that. It's too.
Right.
It might be too much for people, but you have embraced it.
Yeah.
So in many ways, just like that's how you show up in your relationship.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just one of those things. Like how do we understand that what we grew up with is who we are, and how do we change that if we want
So
to?
that's the question. Earlier, I don't know if Dr. Sam was in here already. When I told him when I break up with somebody, I do the closure thing.
Yeah.
Once the emotion, then calm down
was
when
in
I
here.
broke up.
Yeah.
And blah, blah, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, it's nothing. I feel like there's nothing wrong with getting the closure thing, so that way you don't bring the baggage over. I have the hardest time with understanding how people that have spent years together, and then it's like you never speak to them again. You've erased every picture, every phone number, and they've gotten years of your life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so is that a coping, going deeper in of
Coping.
why people, is that a coping mechanism to protect them, or is that just like normal behavior and I'm the crazy one?
You know what?
Tell us, doctor.
Tell us.
Yeah.
Adjust my wig again.
Okay. Adjust it, girl. Get it together.
Because we got to go in.
Hold on for this ride. We're going to go in, y'all.
Okay.
Come on.
So with that said, there's a lot of things that like I said, it's a learned behavior. Right?
Okay.
We can unlearn it. There are things we can unlearn. So for instance, attachment styles, we can unlearn bad attachment styles, things that we learned from our past, from our parents. We can unlearn those things if we are purposeful in how we want to be seen or present ourselves, right? And in many ways, that's we can look at ourselves, we can look at everything and just like say to ourselves, yes, we can make this happen. We can make A wiki.
What is the clip on there?
It's the clips. The clips now.
I'm screaming. Help you out.
We're not gonna have that
gonna
that
have
moment
that
that,
one
happened. You know that with what's his Letarius when the wig came out.
She said, "Oh Jesus."
Dear future wifey or something.
Oh yeah.
Lord.
You
Okay,
ain't
on that
shaming
note,
about it.
yeah, go
That's it.
ahead, y'all.
Come on.
That's
Come
it.
on. That's
no,
good.
That's yeah, but
So
I mean,
it's an attachment style. You a detachment style.
you can, yeah. So if your attachment style was to cut off people, be abrasive, whatever it is, that's what you grew up and that's what you've learned.
Yes.
You don't learn any other way. That's all you know.
Can you change that?
Absolutely, you can.
Why?
Right.
So you saying I
If
can
you
change
want
it?
to, that's not.
Yes.
No, it's if
'Cause
you
then you
want.
get to
If you
go
don't
in
see
hard
nothing
like
wrong
me.
with that, if you don't see nothing wrong with that, then why change?
Right. And then if you're surrounded, if the people that you're, I feel like the people then that you hang around are also like you, then that's just the way. And then you have people that little old me come through and they be like, man, you know, I walk away and it's like, this bitch crazy. Yeah, I don't know what she's talking about. We ain't doing all that, blah, 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 blah. But in order, if it feels comfortable to you, but there's a piece, if it's not 100% comfortable, there's that little God that's saying, that's not how I want you to
That's
be.
not how I want
I
you
didn't
to
hear
be.
that in my ear.
I get it.
No, it's in your spirit. You ain't hearing your, but
get
you
it.
hear
It's
now.
just-
Rachel.
And not everybody wants it, and that's okay. I think it's one of these we're not trying to.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's too hard for me, and maybe that's why I
Maybe
be
that's
like,
just- I mean, it's really honestly a preference.
But would you say, is it a coping mechanism that people just like to cut off versus?
It can be.
Because then
It's a shielding of yourself.
does that
shielding.
come into the avoiding thing? Because people
Can
would
be.
rather to.
That is an avoiding mechanism.
Yes.
So, in many ways,
can't
You
Look
know,
at nobody's
seriously,
face
and
and
you
they
know what?
did
I
me
think I have a
wrong.
bit of avoidant mechanisms myself. You know, in the sense of, you know, I think we all do. Of avoidance, because like, let's just say if there's a conversation that's uncomfortable, you know, whether we're talking to our employees at work and we want to tell them, girl, if you don't clean your station up, I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we're cautious in going to certain people, having certain conversations, you know? So then we'll go all around and avoid it, you know? So in certain instances, I will definitely, even with your
Absolutely.
spouse or whatever, you know, it's like,
Yeah, that's a
I
difference.
know if I have this conversation, it's going to get big.
Yeah.
You know, with your kid, it's like, you know, I know my son be over talking about college. He's like, I am sick of y'all coming to me talking about it, you know? But then some of the stuff is so necessary. But then now, because he said that to me, I'm like, I'm threading lightly and even bringing, you know, talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like avoid that whole situation where I should
we
still
all
be like
do.
busting
It's
out the
human
gates.
nature. You don't want that awkwardness.
Right.
Human nature.
it's not just, it's not because it's the time that we're in, because I feel like breakups back in the day were different, or whether it's a friend or a relationship. I feel like they, you know, the men and women back in those days broke up with you, and it's just different for now. I think there's a lot of emotions involved now, and it's just, you know, shoot, you going somebody say something on social media.
Yeah,
about
you
your
got a lot of more
relationship.
ways to reach out to the person.
Lord.
Yeah.
To find the
They
person.
fall
social
apart.
media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have called me. I mean, your number blocked.
Yeah.
But the point
Right,
is,
exactly.
But that's not why I did it. But you know, people do reach out. But then once texting started, people stop communicating. Because then all the things that you want, and everybody does it. You might want to have a conversation with somebody, but then you'll sit there and text it.
Text it.
It'd be
It's
like
easier.
2 paragraphs long.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's easier for
I could have
them.
said this thing in 1 minute.
And see, I
I
can't
have
do
10
that.
paragraphs here that to articulate what I really want to say to you, because I just don't want the
Or you get a
what
voice
would you call
text.
that? The backlash.
Yeah, you don't want them. Yeah, because some people do it because they don't want to be interrupted.
Yeah.
They feel like the other person will take control of the conversation and they won't get their feelings out. Or, you know what I'm saying? They'll take over, or, you know, so they just, you know what? I'm going to just say what I got to say and send it. And when I send it, it's done. You know?
That's the difference in relationships now.
That too. Yep.
Because husbands and wives do it.
I don't know. I feel for me that was a big hurdle in dating for me. When you can't call me, I have a problem. I want to talk to you.
Right.
I want to hear your voice.
Yeah.
I want to hear your tone
She said,
and
"Please don't call me."
voice.
Yeah.
I don't want no texts.
Yeah.
Right. So,
And
I
that's
mean,
just me.
I'll say for me, sometimes when I know it's something I know it doesn't deserve a 10, but I know my husband's going to give it a 10, then I will text him.
You will text it?
Yeah.
You don't
Because-
pick up the phone?
Yeah, I'm going to text it. And then he's going to respond. And then if it gets out of hand, then I'm going to call.
Then you're going to pick up.
Yeah. But then sometimes I just want to like throw it out there to test the climate,
waters.
the temperature.
Yeah.
Maybe too, because texting
Yeah.
is quicker.
It's quicker, and then there's no interruptions, and there's no tone.
Like, I
because
never
then
thought about it. No interruptions.
I might want to say something to him, but then according to his tone, if I call him and the tone is off, this is now a situation.
Yeah.
If I text it and I don't hear the tone, then I've got it off my chest, and there's no tone, and then I can move on about my
with your
day.
day.
You see what I'm saying? Because,
Vice versa.
Yeah.
huh?
I think that could be a problem vice versa. Because just for the reason why tone can matter on a phone call, not having tone can matter on a text. 'Cause now you're choosing the tone for him.
Yeah. And you're not getting the full
And he's
intent.
choosing the tone for you.
Right.
He reads it.
That's true.
Depending on how he is
Depending on
right
what move
then.
you're in.
Yeah.
That's factual, Alice. I'm gonna have to think about that.
It makes a difference.
It does.
Leaving it wide
It
open.
makes a
Yeah.
difference for me. That's a different dating style. You know, most women are okay with it, but for me, I'll be like, no, you need to call me.
But all my clients will tell me that, oh yeah, we've been texting. I'm like, he's not the one. I said it because there's so I can text you from my bathroom. You could text somebody from anywhere. You could be right there next to your side piece or your main piece
Exactly.
and be texting. So I'm like, if they're always texting you, they're not the one. They got somebody else.
They're doing
I'm like,
something.
there's no way.
They getting married. No.
Yeah,
damn.
no, I mean, no, because then you have that.
That part.
You have that. No, seriously, because I'm like, there's no reason why anybody on this planet cannot pick up the phone and call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially when we get to know
That's
each
more
other.
like a business.
Yes, and it's
Yeah.
it's shady grady. You know what I'm saying?
So do you, when you start dating, do you put that stuff out there in the very beginning? Look, I'm a da-da-da. I mean, well, okay, that was kind of aggressive. I'm sorry. I prefer to text. What do you know, because some guys be like, damn, we just got here. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? When do you start, or you just kind of let it flow and see, oh, okay, I see he's a texter. I'm going to have to tell him.
Yeah, I let it flow and see how it's going to work out, see what their style is. And then I would make decisions based off of, okay, well, his style is this. Look, I'm 52,
Right.
and most of the guys I'm dating,
You don't
they're
look 52.
50.
Look good.
So they ain't changing.
Right.
They're not going to change.
Right. No, seriously, yeah.
Is this thing on?
Right.
They're
Yeah.
not going to change. I don't care if they tell you they are.
Right.
And it's and
Especially
just
in the
think
third
about
chapter.
it. It's kind of
Yeah.
it's mean. I don't want to say mean of you. Maybe a little off for you to ask them to change. They've been this way all this time.
So here's
Just
my
find somebody
that's why
in your-
but I'll say that if you are
Dating in the third
more in the third chapter of maturity, I do feel like if you're a texter, you full of it. Because we didn't grow up with that.
Right.
So now that that's your way to go,
Yeah.
dude, you over here playing games.
Because it's
playing
easier
games.
for you.
Because we didn't grow up like that. We grew up with ring, ring.
Call.
You know what I'm saying?
You
We
have to
fall on the
say your
phone,
stuff. Yeah.
fall asleep, we
Shoot.
play the cassettes over the phone.
Beep you. You better call me. I beep you now.
Right.
Yeah. Right. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But that's the era that we grew up in. And so if you don't get that, it's game. You're playing games. And they're playing games because we have made it so comfortable to date us without any kind of, you don't have to take me out, you don't have to court me, you don't have to do any
Right,
of the
fuck
things
that.
Well, we finna
or
open
whatever.
up that. We not
You
finna
know what I'm
open that
saying?
up.
Let's
Because
talk about it.
we women have done that to whereas men don't have to work hard anymore.
We are not
Because
opening
there's
up
so
that
many
box.
women that's thirsty. They'll even take a piece and not all.
Rather have a piece of a man than no man.
Right, they're there.
On the flip side of that, I will say this because I have brothers. Sometimes they are being used for dinners.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that, but
That's true.
they're being used for dinners. So now they're selective. And should I take this person to a $300 dinner? And I know
Right.
she ain't trying to
Right.
actually talk to me or actually try to get to know me.
Right, and
So now they're being
even
a
in
little
that, I don't
selective.
blame them because I'm like, seriously, that if it was me and I was a man, I'm like, if this girl is just off the rip talking about let's go to daggone Mastro's
Right.
steak
Steak
48,
48.
and I don't even know your butt, girl, bye.
Can you
then
pay
you're
for that
looking-
steak 48?
Yeah,
Okay.
because then you're looking for a meal versus something more comparable. Let's go to Cheesecake Factory or some little bistro or something that's not breaking the bank until we get to know each other.
Till we
You
get to know
level
each
up on that, but
I never understood that personally, like why some women do that. Because from what I know, from what women talk to me about, it's hard to even stand a man that you're not interested in. So why would you even want to eat a meal whenever you have to have him with you Like,
Right.
that doesn't seem worth it to me.
It
Yeah.
really does.
Some of them do it, though.
It's
For a
really-
free meal,
see?
I'm not into them because to me personally, eating a free meal is not worth it if I have to eat it with someone I don't.
You don't want to.
Right.
Because
Especially
you have
those kind of
integrity,
places.
Alex.
Right.
That's an integrity call.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
You know, and
Yeah.
most
This
people
is
are
good.
not. I mean, these girls are out here for the trap. They thirsting.
So
I
it's
feel like
kind of
the meal
hard.
wouldn't even taste good whenever you gotta look at someone.
You got to look at somebody
Right.
you don't like.
That's true.
Right.
It's like, oh hey, and you're
Yeah.
faking it.
Yeah.
No,
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm
I don't
with you
have
on that.
time to play those kind of games. I only have probably about 20 summers. So
right.
yeah.
You got
There's
20
that-
left? You
Dang.
got more.
So,
Well,
but
maybe
you
you're gonna be in the house
said,
because you're gonna live a long time.
but you said you met your Boaz now because you threw it in the atmosphere. You talked to God about it, and then you started self-reflecting.
Oh
Correct.
yeah, I had to do some self-reflecting because I kept meeting the wrong type of
Purposeful.
guy. I felt like it was on my forehead. You know,
Mm-hmm.
cheater. Hey, come talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm the one that'll take you.
Listen.
Right.
Okay.
You know, that's what I felt like, and I was like, okay, that's it. Let me just focus on my business.
Uh-huh.
Let me just take care of me. Let me do this, and I'm God. That's it. You got it.
Right.
Take it. Grab it out of here, and do what you
Right.
got to
Right.
do.
Right. Yeah.
Because that was egregious. You know, that was
Right.
really horrible.
Yeah.
And I ain't even really like. What's the killing part about it is that I think most women kind of know something's up. And the last trip that I had, I knew something was up. I was like, something off about him. It ain't. It's not. And I had already called my girlfriends and told them, say, girl, when I get on this plane, I can't wait to tell y'all. I kind of knew. So I guess my point in saying is self-reflecting, also accountability, because I knew something was up.
It's that
Okay.
intuition we talked about
Yeah.
before. We talked
So
about
you
that
could have
before.
broke that off
Yeah.
When that first
when you
red flag
first
came.
saw that red flag. You really could have. That's men too. You can break it off. You can set that boundary and say, you know what, this ain't it.
Right.
Yeah.
You go on and go kick it with your kind. No,
Right.
But, you know,
Right. But when we keep, like when you said you have a sign on my forehead, cheater, pumpkin eater, right? Then do you say in self-reflection of
yes.
what am I not doing in these relationships that this same thing is happening? to
Nothing.
me?
Divorces
It ain't our fault.
and breaking up is trauma. It's trauma.
Fine, girl.
It's traumatic. When we're going through a major breakup of any type, it's traumatic. And so when you take the time to reflect versus like, I'm just going to go and just do what the heck I got to do, like you did, which is incredible, that's where you find your peace. Because you're taking the time to recognize, I do feel like I have a sign on my head because I keep picking the same people.
Right. So then that's goes back to my point of, if you ask these people that you've dated, what was it that drove you to cheat on me?
I'm
What
not
was
asking
you? What
them.
were
I
you
don't care.
missing?
Because
we don't
I'm
care.
perfect. There's nothing wrong with me.
Oh
No,
my
just
God.
playing.
Right. But no, I mean, but okay. Anytime
see
people
that-
cheat is a selfish act because you have a choice. You know what I'm saying? You have a choice to do the right thing and let that other person go before you start afresh or whatever. And some people do it because it's like, I've told them what I needed and they didn't change it or whatever, you know? So if I have something that continues to happen to me, because let's take men off the table.
Yeah.
If it's a girlfriend, you know, your homegirl or whatever, and then you keep meeting these same type of homegirls or whatever, you know, that it just doesn't mesh, then it's like, what energy am I putting out there to drag these people to me?
Right.
Like, what about me do I need to
Self-reflect.
you know, so I
Yeah.
can get a different judge out of what I'm looking for, you know?
Well, I
Because
wanted
it's
to
not,
change.
we can't blame the other person all the time,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, I wanted to change. I was like, okay, God, I keep giving and giving and giving, even in friendships. Like
Yeah,
I've
that's good.
recently had to break off some of my friendships because I had been feeling like I just keep giving and giving, and they are. I
Taking.
feel like there are certain type of people that know you will give, and they will leech
Yes, ma'am.
onto you.
Yeah.
They will just, and they ain't gonna stop. There ain't no expiration for when they ain't gonna stop getting from you. You got to put the effort in and say, you know what,
Yeah.
this is not what I want. And that's kind of like, I'm telling you, that's what I did. I was like, God,
Right.
that's it. I don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
but I'm about to put myself in a bubble,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to fix what what I'm giving out,
Right.
so that I can start getting better friendships,
Mm-hmm.
better relationships, and just work, just get. Because I'm telling you, I got 20 summers. Okay,
Right.
I don't have time.
Right. No, seriously.
I really don't.
Yeah,
And
I had a
you know,
client last week, and she was just boo-hooing. I was like, I said, what's wrong with you? She was just like, my husband has a girlfriend, and he just keeps flying in my face because he knows right now financially she can't take care of him. I said, why are you crying?
Wait,
I said-
because she knows financially
He knows financially she can't.
take care of herself.
Right. You know,
Okay.
her and, you know, of
Yeah.
course the kid would go with her.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I said, so why are you crying?
Right.
I said, why are you crying? Tell me why. Because I just can't believe. I said, it's happening. Why are you crying? I said, why are you giving this energy? I said, if he has disrespected you so much, why, what, you still love? Are you in
Right.
love? Or, I mean, what is it? I said, he's moved on.
yes.
I said, because when anybody,
Yes.
male or female, steps into the room and then starts acknowledging, hey, I have somebody else, they don't give a fuck about you.
They really don't.
So why are you crying?
Right.
I was like, I'm lost. And then she hits me with the, and he's done this before.
Girl,
I keep one time.
that's definitely a deal breaker.
I almost
One
fell
time.
on the floor. I said, what?
Why do you think that? Why do
I
you
said
think women
that's
do
Trauma.
that?
That's a trauma response.
Yes. I said,
So
you.
they just continually
used-
accept it.
Yeah, because there's something in her pattern that's familiar.
Right. Gotta be.
Why break
Hurt
out of that?
or-
In her pattern? That's
or
something in
cheating?
her pattern. Yeah, not cheating, but just in her pattern. In her life, she's seen
Disappointment
some
or-
disappointment,
Yeah. Okay.
and that's considered okay to stay in because she didn't know any better to stay out.
If you want to be on the show or you have a show idea, email us at transparencyinthechair@outlook.com, or you can visit our website at transparencyinthechair.hair. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, but watch our full episodes on YouTube. Transparency in the Chair, y'all. Let's get transparent.
Put all your stress aside and let the music take you anywhere like tide. Cause it's me they calling the real loco. Mass play when I on the floor. Gal bend over and touch their toe. Everybody don't know the flow. Party turn up and turn over. Over and over, over.